Have you ever stood in your kitchen early in the morning, the light just barely peeking through the curtains, and cracked open an egg over the pan with a quiet sense of comfort? For many seniors across America and the world, that moment is more than just about preparing breakfast. It's a ritual, a memory, a link to family, to tradition, to health. Eggs have long been considered a perfect food, packed with protein, easy to cook, and wonderfully versatile. Scrambled, boiled, poached, or sunny side up, they are the heartbeat of countless meals. Especially in later life, eggs become one of the easiest and most digestible sources of nourishment for older adults trying to eat well and stay strong. But what if that same breakfast plate, carefully prepared with love, was quietly contributing to your discomfort? What if the aching joints, the stiffness in your knees, or the fatigue that settles into your legs after a short walk had something to do not with the eggs themselves, but what you were pairing them with? This is a story most people don't tell, because we've all been taught that eating healthy is just about adding good foods. But no one warns us that the way we combine foods, especially after the age of 60, can be just as important as the foods themselves. You see, as the body ages, it changes in silent, often invisible ways. Our digestion slows, our liver becomes more sensitive, the way we absorb fats, proteins, and vitamins becomes less efficient, medications we take may interact with what we eat, and all of this, every little detail, matters more than ever when we sit down for what we believe is a nourishing meal. Take eggs, for example. By themselves, they are not the villain. In fact, when eaten in moderation, eggs can support memory, muscle strength, and energy. But the moment you pair that egg with a strip of bacon, a slice of ham, a buttered white toast, or a spoonful of jelly, what started as a healthy choice can begin to work against you. And here's the heartbreaking part: no one tells you. No one talks about how combining eggs with certain high cholesterol meats or full-fat dairy can raise your cholesterol levels and strain your heart. No one warns you that pairing eggs with heavily processed or fried foods can send your inflammation soaring and leave your legs swollen by the afternoon. No one explains that certain vegetables, even ones labeled healthy, can become hard to digest and leave you bloated and lethargic when eaten with protein-rich foods like eggs. And no one, almost no one, tells you about grapefruit. Yes, grapefruit. The fruit that's supposed to be a symbol of health and weight loss. But when eaten by someone on heart medications, blood pressure pills, or cholesterol drugs, and combined with protein-rich foods, it can alter how your body processes medicine, increasing risks without you even knowing it. We don't share these things at the dinner table, but we should, because knowledge is power. And for seniors, it's not just about living longer, it's about living with clarity, energy, and the freedom to move without pain. This guide isn't here to scare you, it's here to empower you. To give you insight into what not to pair with your eggs so that this beautiful food can serve you well without becoming a silent burden. We will walk through the common food combinations that many seniors eat every day and why they may be contributing to heart issues, inflammation, digestive discomfort, or even dangerous drug interactions. More importantly, we'll offer simple alternatives, ways to still enjoy your eggs, but in combinations that nourish and protect you rather than quietly wear your body down. This story is for everyone who has ever felt confused about what to eat, who has tried their best but still wakes up tired or sore. It's for the grandmother who wants to keep dancing at weddings, the grandfather who wants to keep up with his grandchildren, and the older adult who simply wants to get out of bed without wincing. And yes, it's for you. Because you deserve clarity. You deserve mornings that feel strong, not stiff. You deserve meals that heal, not harm. And you deserve to know that sometimes the simplest changes, like switching the slice of bacon for a handful of sautéed spinach, can give you back energy you thought was lost forever. So take a deep breath. You're not behind. You haven't failed. You've simply not been given the full story. Now you will. Let's begin. One bite, one breakfast, one wiser decision at a time. Chapter 1. The Cholesterol Trap. When eggs meet their worst match. Eleanor was 72 when she began to feel tightness in her chest after breakfast. It wasn't dramatic, just a slow, creeping pressure that stayed with her all morning. Her routine had been the same for decades: scrambled eggs with buttered toast, 2 slices of bacon, and a cup of coffee. It was comforting, familiar. But behind the comfort, a quiet danger was brewing. One she never imagined could come from the foods she trusted most. Eggs on their own can be part of a healthy diet. Rich in protein, B vitamins, and choline, they support muscle repair and brain function, especially valuable in older age. But when paired with certain high-cholesterol foods, like bacon or sausage, their benefits can be overshadowed. This is what Eleanor learned the hard way. Red meat, particularly processed varieties like bacon and sausage, is already high in saturated fats and cholesterol. When eaten alongside eggs, which also contain dietary cholesterol, the combination can significantly elevate LDL cholesterol levels in the bloodstream. Over time, this contributes to arterial plaque buildup, leading to conditions like hypertension, stroke, and heart disease. What many older adults don't realize is that our ability to manage cholesterol diminishes with age. The liver becomes less efficient, and blood vessels grow more vulnerable to damage. That means a breakfast that felt harmless at 40 could become a serious threat at 70. Even worse are meals that combine eggs with organ meats like liver or kidneys. These may have once been traditional staples, but their extraordinarily high cholesterol content makes them a risky choice for seniors, especially when paired with eggs. Add full-fat dairy such as heavy cream or processed cheese, and the result is a saturated fat overload that taxes the heart and increases inflammation. Eleanor's doctor advised a simple shift. Keep the eggs, but swap the bacon for sautéed spinach in olive oil. Instead of cream or full-fat cheese, try avocado slices for creaminess and potassium. Within weeks, Eleanor noticed the difference. Less tightness, more energy, and a lighter step. Sometimes, the goal isn't to remove beloved foods, but to choose their companions more wisely. Eggs aren't the villain, but what we serve them with can be. Chapter 2. Processed Foods, a Hidden Burden with Every Bite. Frank, 78, used to love his breakfast ritual, a fried egg sandwich with canned ham and a side of hash browns from the microwave. It was fast, familiar, and he never thought twice. Until the bloating, fatigue, and aching legs began to appear more frequently. The truth is, while eggs offer real benefits, their impact on elderly health changes when combined with processed foods. Canned meats, boxed potatoes, and packaged sauces often carry hidden sodium, preservatives, and artificial additives. These aren't just hard to digest, they contribute directly to chronic inflammation. When we age, our digestive systems slow down. Organs, like the liver and kidneys, become less efficient at filtering toxins. Processed foods are full of compounds like nitrates and MSG that demand more work from these already burdened systems. When you add eggs to this mix, especially fried eggs, it creates a meal that's heavy on the gut and hard on circulation. Worse still, frying eggs in processed oils or pairing them with frozen breakfast items like microwavable sausage patties increases unhealthy fat intake. These fats interfere with blood flow and can lead to plaque buildup in the arteries, a risk factor for heart attacks and strokes, especially for seniors already taking medication. After a health scare, Frank changed his approach. He kept the eggs but started pairing them with steamed vegetables and a slice of whole grain toast. Within a month, the swelling in his legs improved, and his doctor praised his lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels. The lesson here: eggs are only as healthy as the company they keep. Processed foods can turn a wholesome breakfast into a health hazard. Quietly, gradually, and dangerously. Chapter 3. Digestion Disruptors. The silent strain of difficult foods. For many seniors, a good breakfast means feeling light, energetic, and ready for the day. But when certain foods upset digestion, even the healthiest intentions can leave you feeling sluggish, bloated, or uncomfortable. And when paired with eggs, the effects can be amplified in ways most people never expect. Let's talk about legumes. Lentils, black beans, chickpeas. While they're rich in protein and fiber, they also contain complex sugars like raffinose, which are notoriously hard to digest. For a younger body, this may not be a big deal, but in older adults who often have slower digestion or less stomach acid, this can lead to gas, bloating, and abdominal discomfort. Now imagine starting your morning with a veggie omelet filled with beans or a side of chili-style eggs. Instead of fueling your body, you might feel tightness in your midsection by mid-morning, or even a sharp pain under your ribs. the gut slows down, blood flow to your legs is affected, and suddenly, that morning walk feels heavier than it should. Then there are cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli. These are nutritional powerhouses, yes, but when eaten with eggs, especially for those with sensitive stomachs, they may cause fermentation in the gut. That fermentation leads to gas production, which can press against nerves in the abdomen and lower body, triggering cramps, stiffness, and imbalance. Take Irene, 82, who loved adding cabbage to her egg stir-fry every morning. Over time, she began to feel tightness in her lower back and legs. Her doctor suspected circulation issues, but it wasn't until she reduced cabbage and added softer, gentler greens like spinach that her discomfort began to fade. The lesson? Not all healthy foods are digestively friendly for everyone, especially when paired with eggs. Seniors must listen to their bodies. Feeling heavy, bloated, or tight after eating isn't just part of aging. Often, it's a sign your body is struggling to process the food combination. So what should you do? Consider replacing hard-to-digest vegetables and legumes with gentler options: steamed zucchini, well-cooked carrots, or sautéed spinach. Pair your eggs with these and your body will thank you not just in the gut, but in your joints, balance, and clarity. Chapter 4. The Medication Trap. When eggs and fruits don't mix. In the quiet corners of every breakfast table sits a fruit bowl, inviting, colorful, and seemingly harmless. For many older adults, adding fruit to a morning plate of eggs feels like a healthy choice. But not all fruits play well with medications, and one in particular may be doing more harm than good: grapefruit. Grapefruit is rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, but it contains a group of natural compounds called furanocoumarins. These compounds interfere with enzymes in the liver, particularly CYP3A4, which helps break down many medications commonly prescribed to seniors, like statins, blood pressure pills, and anti-anxiety drugs. Now imagine this. You're 74, taking cholesterol medication and enjoying a soft boiled egg and a glass of fresh grapefruit juice every morning. Over time, the grapefruit slows down your liver's ability to metabolize the drug, causing it to accumulate in your system. You may not notice it immediately, but weeks later, you experience muscle pain, dizziness, or even heart palpitations. It's a hidden trap, not the eggs, but the fruit paired with them. Worse yet, because grapefruit masks its effects so well, many seniors continue the habit unaware. They assume the dizziness is from aging or the fatigue is from sleep changes, but it's often the interaction, the quiet synergy between what you eat and what your body can no longer process the way it once did. The advice here is simple. If you're on medication, always ask your doctor about fruit interactions, especially citrus. Replace grapefruit with safe alternatives like apples, blueberries, or sliced melon, which still offer vitamins and fiber without risking medication buildup. When pairing eggs with fruit, go for combinations that support, not sabotage, your body's healing. A nourishing breakfast should not put your health in jeopardy, and with a few mindful swaps, it won't. Chapter 5. A Better Way. Building a Safer, Healthier Breakfast. There comes a time in life, especially after 60, when we stop chasing trends and start listening to our bodies. The aches, the stiffness, the fatigue, they all tell a story, and breakfast, the first act of our day, has the power to change the whole narrative. Eggs don't need to be the enemy. In fact, they're still one of nature's most perfect foods, rich in protein, choline, and essential vitamins. But what surrounds the egg on your plate? That's where the healing or the harm happens. So what does a better breakfast look like? Instead of bacon, sausage, and buttery toast, try this. 2 poached eggs. A side of sautéed spinach or kale in olive oil. Half a sliced avocado. A piece of whole grain or sprouted toast. A cup of warm herbal tea. This kind of breakfast is rich in healthy fats, fiber, and anti-inflammatory nutrients, the kind that nourish your joints, support brain clarity, and keep blood sugar stable. You'll feel fuller, steadier, and clearer. Want a little sweetness? Try a few slices of apple or kiwi, not jam or juice. Your body deserves gentle fuel, not a sugar spike. This isn't about restriction, it's about reconnection to what your body really needs. It's about honoring the years you've lived and feeding the ones still ahead. you don't need to give up eggs. Just give them better company on your plate. Chapter 6. Final thoughts. It's never too late to start. Maybe you've been eating eggs the same way for 40, 50, even 60 years. Maybe that breakfast of fried eggs and bacon reminds you of your youth, your family, your morning routine that brought comfort and familiarity. But today, your body is different. Your needs have changed. And that's okay. What matters is not what you used to eat. What matters is what you choose now. Each meal is a new beginning. Each bite is a small act of self-care. And breakfast? It's not just food, it's the first message you send your body every single day. So choose love. Choose intention. Choose foods that support your strength, your clarity, and your longevity. Don't be afraid to let go of old habits that no longer serve you. Even one small change, swapping bacon for spinach or toast for avocado, can create ripple effects that transform how you move, feel, and live. You're not too old. It's not too late. And your health is still worth fighting for every single day. Here's to mornings that begin with nourishment, to plates that lift you up, not weigh you down, and to a life where energy, movement, and joy are still yours to claim. Because the best version of you isn't behind you. It's still waking up, one mindful breakfast at a time.